EWS.
It's the Overnight Underground News. Here's today's headline. The market does a rebound.
Yes.
Boris Johnson shuts it down. Coronavirus can last over 2 weeks on surfaces.
If you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks you have a diamond.
Your dog loves shelter in place. Florida tells New Yorkers to quarantine.
Give South Florida a major blowjob.
The Olympics are kaput. All this and more on today's Overnight Underground News. I'm John Ford. Well, here's your good news of the day. I jest, of course. Coronavirus on the surfaces of those cruise ships full of infected vacationers appears to have survived on the ship's surfaces for 17 days. The cruise ship Diamond Princess, which was quarantined off Yokohama, Japan, had more than 700 coronavirus cases. Prior to this finding, the New England Journal of Medicine had found the virus viable for up to 3 days on surfaces. Good luck out there. The markets were up in pre-market trading and opened up over 1,000 points on the Dow, reflecting hope that Congress can put their bipartisan bullshit on the back burner and pass a coronavirus rescue bill. Senator Schumer and Treasury Secretary Mnuchin said Monday that they were close to coming to fisticuffs. Just kidding. Close to coming to a deal on a $2 trillion stimulus. Remember, guys, we, the citizenry, are literally holding our breath out here, so please, get it together. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has shut down mostly all the things in England on Monday.
I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home, because the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households. That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes. Shopping for basic necessities, one form of exercise a day, any medical need, and travelling to and from work, but only where this is absolutely necessary and cannot be done from home. That's all.
Johnson said the restrictions would remain in place for at least 3 weeks. At least Brexit is still on schedule. All this shelter in place is making someone happy. Your dog. The saddest time of the day for Fido is when you head off to work. So when you're working from home to do your job, your doggo is happier than a pig in shit. The Mirror UK is reporting that some dogs are experiencing what's known as excessive tail wagging syndrome. Yeah, it's a thing. At least one dog in England was so nuts with his tail wagging, he had to be taken to the vet. Its owner later learned that the pooch had sprained its tail due to excessive wagging. In a lockdown, what are the homeless supposed to do? Why, get arrested, of course, silly. In Orlando, police busted a 34-year-old homeless man for violating a county-wide curfew. The Orlando Sentinel reports that Alexander Glover was walking with his bicycle early in the morning when he was placed under arrest by Officer Alex Ham. My God, these Florida stories, they just write themselves. In the U.S., despite the lockdowns and shelter-in-place for states such as New York and California, 2 of the largest states have yet to issue such orders. Texas and Florida are, at this point at least, leaving it up to local municipalities to make that decision. Florida Governor DeSantis.
And I think given our circumstances, that would not be advisable. It would be a very blunt instrument. When you're ordering people to shelter in place, you are consigning a number, probably hundreds of thousands of Floridians to lose their jobs. But if you look at Florida's situation right now, this is not a virus that's impacting every corner of the state. We have 20 counties that have 0 cases at all, and we have about 25 counties that really have only a few cases. Some have 2, some have 5, some have 7. You do have an outbreak in Miami-Dade and Broward counties, but those are different from places like Northwest Florida.
I guess just because you're the Florida governor doesn't mean you're not Florida man. I hate to say it, but maybe, just maybe, the other guy should have won the election. You know, the one that was found in a Miami Beach hotel room with an OD'd male prostitute and crystal meth. Just saying. Oh, hey, the Florida governor did issue one shelter-in-place order for New Yorkers fleeing to Florida during the coronavirus outbreak. They'll have to self-quarantine for 2 weeks when they arrive. If they don't, they will risk facing criminal charges. Nothing new for New Yorkers. Well, here's more good news.
Good news, everyone!
Of course I jest. Market Watch is reporting that U.S. airlines are preparing to virtually shut down the domestic services.
Shut it down.
The carriers are drafting plans for a potential voluntary shutdown of all passenger flights due to the coronavirus scare. The airlines have been struggling to keep their planes flying as passengers on its flights have been diminishing as the crisis grinds on. The TSA recently announced that airport check-in traffic was down 80% on Sunday from the same day last year. Well, you knew it was coming. Yes, the Olympics have been postponed.
Shut it down.
Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe announced that due to COVID-19, the games have been put on hold until next summer. Hey, toilet paper hoarders, listen up. Have I got a site for you? The Coronavirus Poop Calculator.
I pooped my pants.
Just point your trusty browser to thepooptool.com. That's thepooptool.com.
Poop in the bedpan.
Enter a number of bog rolls you currently have in possession and the number of people in your household. Voila! As quick as a wipe. Through the magic of the internet, it calculates how long your supplies will last. My query said I have enough TP to last until June 30th, 2035. Is that bad? I wouldn't think that we would have to mention this, but fish tank cleaner will not cure COVID-19. Fox 10 Phoenix is reporting that a man is dead after taking a substance used to clean fish tanks at aquariums. The man and his wife, who is currently in critical care, took chloroclean phosphate. On a positive note, his efforts to keep himself from contracting coronavirus appear to have been successful.
NEWS.
A mostly correct and occasionally incomplete transcript and links to reference sources and articles of this Overnight Underground can be found at overnightunderground.com.